1925, Oscar Hammerstein's future collaborator, Richard Rodgers, was having a crisis. In fact, he came within one day of quitting music altogether. See, Rodgers had started out quite young in amateur theater, and he had been quite successful, and at one point was actually seen as the boy wonder destined for greatness on Broadway. But the years passed, and he just couldn't seem to break into professional theater, and that early sheen of promise and potential was getting a little dull. And he found himself in his 20s, still living at home of his parents, not earning any money at all. And every day that went by, his self-respect just got lower and lower. And finally, he thought he'd better just go out and get a job. So a friend introduced him to a Mr. Marvin. Mr. Marvin had a thriving business selling babies' underwear, and he was looking for a promising young man to take over the business when he retired. So Rodgers went and interviewed for the job, and much to his surprise, he received an offer. And he was just about to accept it because it was a handsome offer, $50 a week around the countryside selling babies' underwear. And right in the middle of his acceptance, this little voice spoke up in his head and it said, "Wait one day." So Rodgers told Mr. Marvin he'd get back to him the next day. And Rodgers went home that night, and the phone rang. And someone wanted him to do a musical, yes. Oh, but it was just another amateur musical, another chance to knock himself out and not earn a dime. So he was right in the middle of just turning that down. He had had enough. When that darn little voice spoke up again. And this time it said, "One more time. Do it one more time." And so he did. And the Garrick Gaieties was a great success in its day, turned into a professional engagement, and launched the careers of Rodgers and Hart, who then wrote musicals together for the next 18 years. Well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it, just what might happen in our lives if we listen to that little voice, or that gut feeling, or that flash of intuition that points us toward our dreams, instead of going out every day and selling babies' underwear. But this then is a huge part of the courage of the creative spirit, is to listen to that little voice, even though the advice it gives you is rarely sensible at the time. So I'd like now to sing a Rodgers and Hart song from one of their last musicals, Pal Joey. And it's a wonderful musical that would not have even been written if Rodgers hadn't listened to his little voice. Now the singer in this song is an older woman, and she has been around a while, and she is so surprised to find that not only is she falling in love, but with the wrong kind of guy. He's a fool, and don't I know it? But a fool can have his charms. I'm in love, and don't I show it like a babe in arms? Love's that same old sad sensation. Lately, I've not slept a wink. imitation put me on the blink. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a whimpering, simpering child again, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Couldn't sleep, and I wouldn't sleep till love came and told me I shouldn't sleep. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. Lost my heart, but what of it? He is cold, I agree. He can laugh, and I love it. Although the laugh's on me, I'll sing to him each spring, to him, and long for the day when I'll cling to him. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. Men are not a new sensation. I've done pretty well, I think, but this half-pint imitation put me on the blink. I've seen a lot, I mean a lot, but then I'm not sweet 17 a lot. Bewitched,